so that I can send it to you guys. Here it is, how I share it out. All right, so copy, and then I'm gonna send this to myself in Messenger, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, let me see, because that's up on. Oh, well, can I? Okay, I send it to myself. If it goes to yours, Maynard, then I'll just text myself from yours. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's already going into mine, so it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Send it to me too, real quick.
Yep. So this is going to Danielle. You guys, I'm just trying to get us set up here so you guys can get the link to see how it looks on the YouTube live side. Because that is one of my recommendations, is that you use not only Facebook Live, but use YouTube Live as well. Okay, so I got that link. Now let me take it out of here so that I can copy link address. And then we're going to go back into my Zoom. Oh no, cancel. Okay, we're going to stop this share so that I can share something else with you all. Okay, where's the chat? I want to just get in the chat right here. Boom. Okay. So thank you so much, Carla, for putting that up. I didn't even see that because I was sharing the screen. I appreciate it. So we're going to put this to everyone in the meeting. So that's to the actual YouTube. So I see that somebody is in here. So somebody's watching this. Okay, just one little person, right? But that one counts, okay? Because I'm very new to being on YouTube Live. This is actually my first real YouTube Live, because I've only been doing test runs with YouTube Live. The bulk of my content has gone out over Instagram and Facebook. And so I'm talking to both screens. We're here on Facebook. I mean, we're here on Zoom. We're here on YouTube Live, and then we're going to be also here on Facebook Live. But for right now, I want to make sure that I get out what's remaining here, and I'm going to type some of this inside of the chat. So what's some tools that you can use? I've thrown out a lot of information. You're like, okay, do this, create videos. I need a library. I need stock images. You know, when you get dolled up and you look cute, take a couple of pictures. Put that in your repertoire for when you have something to say that looks like the image that you put out, okay? And so here goes some resources that I'm typing in the chat. Icon Mounts. Icon Mounts offers the tools that you need as far as like the standing device. Those of you all who may be in the culinary industry, or if you can cook right now, you don't even need to be in the culinary industry. If you can cook right now, a lot of people are talking about food. It's a way for you to be able to cook on live and segue into your business. For instance, I got my real estate people on here. If you're in real estate and you want to go live and show people how to prepare a quick, healthy meal for the kids, Ronnie's Num Nums. Yeah, that was a hint for her to go live and talk about these healthy snacks for these kids. Now, you don't want to give away the recipe, but you do want to have something that Ronnie's Nums Nums is putting out there to help people to know about her product where they got the kids at home and they have to feed them, and that's what they keep talking about. So for the real estate people, you know what sells a home. The room in the house that sells a home is the kitchen. The kitchen sells the home. That's the first thing people are interested in. The kitchen will sell the home because it's the centralized meeting location in the house for the family to convene over food, and food brings people together. So if you go live in your kitchen, you got a nice looking little kitchen. You might have some branding placement in the background so that your brand is visible. Like right now, I should have the Power Biz Media retractable up. I don't, because it's an emergency meeting and we wanted to pop on and give you the content. But you know, ideally, you would have something with your brand identifier present in the video. So you in your kitchen and you cooking. And then you segue and say, you know what, you guys, I know that the market is being hit, but I want to come to you with something that we all use, which is food. I want to give you this little quick recipe for my pineapple, lemon meringue pie, whatever. And, you know, I want to talk to you about getting approved for a home loan. So you can be in your kitchen making your kids lemon meringue pie, you know, while they out of school, because the kitchen brings your family together. You see, I have my backsplash, I have my stainless steel countertop, my stainless steel appliances, my granite countertops. These are custom finishes in my kitchen. You know, I'm really big on natural cleaning products, so I use this. You can make it a conversation. Like, it's very relatable. It's not very salesy. Notice, I'm not saying let me sell you a house. Let me sell your house. Come buy a house from me. I'm not saying all that. I'm saying something that's going to bring you to the table that everybody can talk about, that's something relevant to everybody. And I'm throwing in tidbits about what I do. Well, just a little drop, just to remind you, we're talking about food, but let me remind you that I sell homes, and I would love to show you some of the nice kitchens that I have and some of the listings that I have available right now. I was able to, you could tell your story. How did you get your house? I found this house right after, I had so much going on with a divorce and I had to find a new house. And why I fell in love with this house is because of this particular feature. This was important to me, that the relevance of the school neighborhood you're in, blah, blah, blah. So you can make it conversational. A lot of people tell me they don't have content. And when I started asking them questions, I found out that they have a whole story that they haven't figured out how to tell. So each of you all told me in the beginning something that was a rare fact about you, right? Sonia said that she sews. Okay. So Sonia cooks cakes. She bakes cakes. Okay. She's been baking cakes for a long time, long time. And before social media, she was baking cakes. And so because she sews, how can she integrate sewing into the baking of the cakes? Let's see. Sometimes I just come up with this off the top of my head. Okay. So let's see. I think that with people being home right now, the kids are at home from school. The parents are looking for quick recipes because the kids want to eat every 35 minutes. They're also looking for things that could be sort of calming, somewhat a stress reducer. Sewing and knitting has been known to be a stress reducer. So I would title a live and say, baking usually relieves my stress. But today I'm going to bring to you all one of my other skill sets, which is sewing. Creating things helps me to deal with my stress, and it may help you as well. I'm usually in the kitchen creating culinary exhibits with desserts, but today I'm creating with my needle and my thread and my sewing kit. So let me show you guys how you can really use sewing, the art of creating something tangible, as a stress reducer. People want to learn how to sew. It's a young lady who did sewing trap and sew. It's called Trap and Sew. You come, you listen to trap music. They got the sewing machine station set up, and you can sew while listening to trap music, learn how to sew. You leave with something that you sewed, right? Hey, come sew with me while I make these cupcakes, okay? So while we have a little brief moment while the cupcakes is baking, let me transition to sewing with you. You do want to be mindful to be live for a little bit of time. Ideally, you want to be live for no more than 17 to 20 minutes on the high end, 7 to 10 minutes on the low end. If you're going to go higher, over 20-minute mark, over 30-minute mark, then you might want to consider doing a webinar on a Zoom platform, or a video conference on a platform similar to this, because long live streams do not get as much visibility. Okay, and while I'm there, let me just mention that shared content doesn't get as much visibility. So you want to post true content. A true posting is posted by you or someone who has logged into your account, who is sharing that information genuinely from themselves as you. So when I go onto my insurance client's page, I'm posting as her. I'm not posting as Andrea Thompson. It doesn't say Andrea Thompson. I'm not sharing information to her page. I'm posting directly to the page, because that's how you're going to get the most visibility. Because Facebook is smart enough to know that you're sharing this with the purposes of promoting stuff, and so they want to limit your ability to do that. And so they're curtailing the ability, the algorithm, to reduce the visibility of shared content. So create your own genuine true post. Okay. So I can't think of another random fact that someone gave, because I wanted to give another example, but I want you guys to think about that. What random fact that people don't likely know about you? What content can you pull from that? What do you like to do? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because all of us are more than business owners, right? And to become relevant, real, and relatable to our audience, then they have to know us a little bit beyond just the business owner, because none of us are just business owners. We're not robotic. Even the corporations are trying to get a more human feel. They're trying to get a more personalized touch, because they know that people don't want robotic service. They want to buy with feeling, to buy in terms of feeling like they're connected to the brand they're buying from. And so you're a mother, you're a daughter, you're a caretaker, you're an author, you like poetry, you're a jazz enthusiast, a house head. I've used all of those things to build content for people. I have a real estate agent who works with me who's a house head. And we use that in her promotions because house head, house, sell a house, house head. We do that in a creative way. And so I'm sure that if you look at your brand story, what makes you unique, and what are some likely unknown things about you, you can pull content from that. My likely unthing, what am I trying to say? I'm so tongue-tied. The thing that is most unlikely known about me is that I studied abroad in South Africa while I was in undergrad. And so I put that into some of my content occasionally, because it lets people know another thing about Andrea. So they feel as though they know more about me as a person beyond the brand. So make sure you're doing that. Okay. So Archon mounts, I'm gonna go back to that. I'm typing that into the chat right now. You can go to their website. You can buy these different mounts that will help you to broadcast to your audience, because I want you to have stable live streams. I don't want you to have this shaky live streams and it looks unprofessional. You can order a green screen and you can digitize it as well so that you have a digital background on your live streams. And that might be something next level. I'm not saying wait till you get that. Start with what you have. You have a white wall in your house that you could put up an image of your logo on, or you just have a white wall. You just don't talk to the people standing in front of the white wall. Do what you can do with what you have and make the most of what you have. I'm not saying go out raggedy. I'm just saying that don't wait to get perfect polished, because perfect polished may not come soon enough for you to take advantage of some of the offerings that are available. If you move right now, because some things we have to move on them right now. And so that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Archon mounts will help you to get some of the tools that you need. And I'm going to share my screen again because I just want to take you guys there and show you what type of tools you can get so that you have professionally broadcasted information out here. So Archon mounts. Okay, let's go here. And let me put in the code as well, because there's a 20% discount code that you guys can use at checkout. And I want to go straight to their actual website, not any of the subsidiary carriers, because a lot of people carry their products. Archon website. Because I know their website really well, so I want to be able to show you all. Where are they? Okay, well, let's do this. Okay, cool. So they have a lot of different type of mounts, right? For your car, for your bike, all kind of stuff. And they section it by industry. So the makeup artists have different types of broadcasting tools that are specifically for them. This one right here, I love this one. It's really for culinary people who are cooking in the kitchen. See how it angles down and has all of those attachments to it. It's $139, and then you get a 20% discount on it. They have the ring light, the table mounts, all of these. These are things that are going to help you to broadcast more professionally. These dual casters are really good because if you put in 2 devices at one time, you can go live on multiple platforms at the same time. Let me see my phone. I'm going to go live on Periscope as well, because I said we were going to go live on as much as possible while we were on here. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you. So here's let me get out of here now. I'm gonna stop sharing this so that I can put the code in. So here's the code. Of course, it's PALBIZ, and that gets you 20% off. If you haven't went and subscribed to my YouTube page, go ahead and do that. If you have not went and followed me on IG, do that too. Oh, some people are coming over here on you liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, yes, sorry, you guys.
When you want to go live on Facebook, you have to just share, because you only got 2 cameras there.
Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense. Okay. So so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna share this YouTube live to Facebook right now, and because I've never done that, but we're gonna do it right now. We're live on Facebook too. So if you notice, I just want to convey this to you all because it's important to know. We're live on YouTube too. If you notice, people are doing a lot of testings right now. You see people coming up and they're like testing, because they're really trying to figure out how do I incorporate this live stream thing, especially right now with everything being shut down. So people are testing everything. Even with me having knowledge of YouTube, but not really implementing it for myself because I've been implementing it for my clients, I still have to put this in my repertoire. And I do social media. So don't feel bad if you're just starting out on a platform. I'm about to dance on TikTok when we get off of here right now. So like and I haven't been building up, content on TikTok. I've been on Instagram and Facebook. But it's time for even me to step out of my comfort zone, and it's time for you to as well. We can do it together, right? Just take the first step and be bold. What do you know? What do you know? Because sometimes people are not confident with the gadgets and the social media platforms, but there's something that you know that you're confident in. Do that thing. And use the social media to drive that, because when you talk about the thing, you have no quarrels or no lack of confidence, because you know what you know. But then when you put in social media, it's like you tighten up, you tense up, because you don't feel comfortable with social media, but you feel comfortable with that thing that you specialize in, your industry of expertise. You feel comfortable with that. So also tip you with your cash out. Get your check. Oh, Andrea is the plug. Somebody want to cash out me? What? That's funny. Thank you so much. I'm glad you find this information useful. So this is someone that's on the YouTube live that's not in our webinar here on YouTube. Miss Pal Biz or Andrea is the plug, whichever one. Miss Pal Biz is the one that's connected to the business. So you put Miss Pal Biz. Yeah. So right now I'm about to go live on Periscope, and Miss Pal Biz. That's it. So MS, not MZ. Yep. MS. Yeah. So what I want to tell you all really quick about Periscope, because I have to open it up for questions. It's 3:03, and I promise you guys we will be done by 3:30. And y'all may not have questions because I might have did a good job, but I think you should have questions, right? Because I laid a lot on you. And it may be something I didn't answer that you want me to answer, so be mindful of that. While I'm talking about Periscope, and some people think Periscope is dead, I think people just scared, right? Because Periscope kicked it off in the beginning, right? Facebook Live then came out, then IG Live, then YouTube Live, then LinkedIn Live. Now we're gonna have a whole nother LinkedIn webinar with the LinkedIn professor, because she is the expert when it comes to that. But why I'm going back to Periscope, as you can see it on my secondary backup phone, why I'm going back to Periscope is because, it's here. Yeah, okay. So I don't even have to look here. You're right. Oh, yeah. See, he got me together. Yeah. Tech man in the house. He got me together. I'm looking here when he put the camera here, so everything's here. I don't have to switch back. Okay. So Periscope, like YouTube, opens you up to a whole audience of people outside of your immediate network and your network's network. So I love Facebook, but Facebook is limited to the people who know us and the people that they know. Whereas I'm really out in the World Wide Web on YouTube. I'm really out in the www. Whatever when I'm on Periscope. I'm reaching people in China. I'm reaching people in places I've never been, across the country. People that don't know anybody I know are connecting with me on Periscope and YouTube. And so those are viable platforms for pushing yourself even further. Okay, so I'm going to just go live on Periscope. Then I'm going to go live on Facebook. And then we're going to start asking questions if you have any. And if not, I'll do the wrap up, because you may be saying I don't have questions because I'm so overwhelmed with all this stuff, right? You could be feeling that way. Sometimes people feel that way. Exactly. Now, let me just share this. It's quite funny that there's been some changes to Facebook, right? Facebook has disabled the feature where you can go live with, right? You can't go live with anymore. So for my workout people who were calling me yesterday asking, how do I go live with my workout people? Because I need to be able to connect with them during this downtime. And one of my people said, one of the fitness trainers that I've worked with said, oh, well, I'm going to connect with people do FaceTime. And I said, well, you can't do multiple people with FaceTime. Like if you got 12 people in the group, you can't put the 12 people on the FaceTime. So you have to use something else. People wanted to do Facebook Live and pull people in the live because they felt like, oh, that's an easier way for me to do it. When I go live, I see that little button to bring people in live. Facebook disabled that thing. They sent out an email a couple days ago. You can't bring anybody in your live. So now look what Periscope has done. Because all of them follow each other. What are they doing? What are they doing? They change what they're doing based on what the other one's doing. Now, Periscope has added a feature that says go live together, where you can invite guests. Okay. So that's another tidbit on why Periscope is great. Okay. So let's go ahead and put in the title. Live emergency meeting to level up digitally. Emergency virtual meeting to level up digitally. And if you know you're not ready to go live on Periscope, but you just need to get your handle, go on there and get your handle. If you have a custom handle that's, essential to you, I didn't lock it. That's my fault. Cool.
Yeah, we are good.
Okay, here we go. So now I'm going live on, let me see. I am going live on, and also Periscope has a way for people to donate to, no, not donate, to pay you money for your content as well. So you can literally pass the collection plate, if you're putting down a good message, somebody want to send you something, you can do that. So now we're live on, are we live? Yeah, we're live. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share this out to my Facebook, because you can share the broadcast off of the Periscope onto your Facebook. Already people are coming in, and I haven't been on Periscope in months and months, probably 7 months or so. But this is where I started on Periscope. And so some people are coming in. Poverty to Prosperity, she's one of my dope followers. I didn't even put the title in, so I'll go back later and put that title in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions, because now I'm live on Periscope, I'm live on YouTube, and I'm about to be live on Facebook as well. If you have a question, please feel free to chime in.
Carla Jenkins said Facebook is all about the hashtag, not whether or not they know you.
Periscope is all about the hashtag. I agree. I agree with that. So
See if it'll allow you, because it might do the camera thing. But try to see if it'll.
Because it's dual camera.
Yeah,
so it
won't. Brought an extra camera.
I got my phone.
Yeah, she's on my account. And, yeah.
I'm just about your YouTube.
I'll bring more webcam. Bring another webcam.
All good. What's the title?
The emergency meeting recap. The emergency meeting recap hashtag Go Digital Plan. So we're gonna do the recap live on. We have a question in the chat box. We're gonna do the recap live. But before we do that, I'm gonna share some more resources for you guys, because I only told you about the archive, and we have a couple of other people that are offering specials. Should you have an overall live stream marketing communication plan, or should you have a separate plan for each medium? No, depending on what. Let me answer that. And thank you guys for coming in on Periscope and for tapping those hearts. I appreciate you. Hey, Candy Thorne, thank you. And so, depending on what marketing strategies you talk to, there may be different ways to achieve the same goal. But the way to achieve it is tailored to what your specific industry is, what your brand texture is. So there's a lot of things to configure. So it's not necessarily a one size fits all. But what I will tell you is that my advice is for you to create a consistent plan across all of those platforms. Okay, because when you create a separate plan for each medium, Periscope, Facebook Live, that means as a consumer, when I see you on Periscope, you look different from when I see you on Facebook Live. It's no brand consistency to create the brand loyalty. When I go to Walgreens to buy Walgreens prescription medicine, whether I buy from the Walgreens in the South Loop or the Walgreens up north, it's going to have the same look and feel. And so we want to create that across platforms. Whether I find you on this or that, it gives me the feel of what this brand is on whatever platform. Candy says, I'm just coming on. What's the topic? Let's recap for the people on Periscope really quickly. And I'm going to do this real quick because I have my talented business owners and brand makers who have been in attendance on this Zoom platform for over an hour now. And we're in wrap up mode. We wanted to add a portion where we went live on different platforms just to show people how YouTube worked in the background behind the scenes with going live and uploading content, creating a content library to put out information on different platforms, going live on Periscope, which we are as well, and just usage of hashtags, how to register those hashtags, how to use shortened links, as well as some resources, because people have to go digital in this season where everything has been pretty much shifted. So people have to incorporate a digital program, whether it's a live streaming once a week plan, digital content distribution with images and wording. But you definitely want to be very intentional with having a digital plan right now, because that's how you're going to reach people while we're quarantined, while this corona thing is running this course. And you know, where it was a supplement before, it's a core thing now. Let's just go ahead and do what we know we should have been doing before, creating content and being visible on platforms to reach and engage our target audience. Okay. And so being everywhere consistently and looking the same everywhere you are is important. Now, there are some things that will need to be different in that communication plan. So overall, you have the same plan across platforms, but then you get a little more specific and say, okay, what works most effectively for Twitter based on what audience is on Twitter? What works most effectively for Facebook based on what audience is there? These are little bitty tweaks, but overall, the texture of the brand is still going to remain the same across platforms, right? And so right now, just to let y'all know how real this is in terms of power, I've increased my number of subscribers on YouTube because I've been live for 26 minutes. There's only 4 or 5 people in here. I'm live on Periscope. There's only 5 people in here in the stream of hearts, and people have already shared it to Twitter. They've shared it to their Facebook. They've shared it to their Periscope audience, so that number can grow. And then I'm going live on my Facebook as well. So the more platforms you're on, the more powerful your reach is. My reach is really on IG and Facebook primarily, because I haven't been intentional about putting out everywhere else. And that's what I want you guys to do. Be intentional about putting out everywhere else. Before I go, I got to say, real estate agents, you got to start going live in those open houses. People love to see luxury living, whether it's a fancy car, because I work with some dealerships, we go live in the cars and people love that. Sometimes my Periscope glitched, but it's okay. We'll let them keep going, keep the party going. Okay. I'm back, close out recap. So, you know, you have to be going live in there in those houses, and not only just showing the house, but giving content about the home buying process while you're in the house. The virtual emergency meeting recap. So I'm gonna ask y'all one more time. Do y'all have questions? I think maybe I just overwhelmed you guys a little bit, which is fine. It happens. It happens. It's a lot of information. If you guys think of a question that you want to ask, feel free to just go ahead and interrupt and chime in. Thank you so much. City Motivators is in the startup process, and I have a larger amount of questions. Sure, no problem, Felicia. I'm here for your larger amount of questions. Hey, Poverty to Prosperity, thank you for coming back on the Periscope. It glitched out. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. So I'm going to just recap this, and before I do, let me drop another resource in there. Shout out to WDB Marketing. Their doors are opening. WDB Marketing and Printing. They're still open, but they do have reduced hours. They are still taking orders via call-in or email. So if you need a printed order, you need a t-shirt. And all of y'all need a t-shirt. Let me just say that. All of you all need a t-shirt with your logo on it, with your slogan, with your saying on it. Why? Because when you go live, you need to wear that t-shirt. You can have as much as you can to remind me of your brand when you go live. Matter of fact, let me just tell you what I don't like. When people go live and they have that Dunkin' Donuts cup or that Starbucks cup, Starbucks is not sponsoring your live, okay? Dunkin' Donuts has not contributed anything to what you have going on. Now, you need to get you a custom tumbler with your logo on it, and you sit there on the live with your thing on there, okay? And you have your t-shirt with your logo on it. That's how you do that. That's the proper way to go about doing that. I just want to let y'all know that, okay? So give WDB Marketing a call. Let me put the phone number in here. Y'all know where to find them. If you don't, here it go. 708-527-3090. That's how you get with them. They have graphic designers on standby. I have graphic designers on standby. If you need the graphic drawn up, you need the t-shirt, you need the hat, you need the coffee mug, you need the tumbler, you need to get with them because you need to be a walking representation of your business. Okay. So I'm about to get into this final recap. I'm gonna put Taking It Easy's information in here because you might need a tech level up. And if you do, you need to give him a call because some of this stuff I get and others I have to pass it down to him. Okay. So Taking It Easy. You want to reach out to them for any of your tech support and needs, website design. This is the time for you to get your website ready. If you need a consultation on creating the content for your website, if you like, what do I say? How do I say it? What's my messaging? What's my brand story? Then you definitely want to reach out to us and schedule a consultation. We are doing complimentary consultations the first 20 minutes. The brief 20-minute consultation is just a power hitter, just to learn more about your brand, give you some tidbits. And if you like to book a full scale consultation because you still have questions, those are still available as well because we host them virtually. So you can still get work done to move your brand forward while we're under this quarantine from the corona. And so let me go ahead and get with the recap. I'll send out more resources. I have 2 more resources that I want to share with you guys from the Small Business Administration as well as Facebook. I also have another partner that has contributed an exclusive discount that I'll share with you all as well. So we're doing the recap right now. Hey, Kiana Treadwell, Periscope is cutting off. Yes. See, when because technology don't always work how we want it to. Periscope cut off twice, right? And my phone is charged. It's not me, it's Periscope, right? But because I'm on multiple platforms, Kiana Treadwell, who follows me on Periscope, also knows where I am on Facebook. And so she was able to say, okay, Periscope tripping, I'm still trying to hear it. Let me come over here. And so she relocated to another platform to be able to still get the content. And so that's also a benefit of you being visible on multiple platforms. So let's go ahead and recap, and I'm going to type some of this in the notes. Thank you all for joining in to the Facebook Live. So we had a webinar, an emergency digital virtual meeting on how to get your digital marketing up, some tips that you can use to implement something right away with regard to an effective marketing strategy that will help you get from point A to point C and beyond, because we don't know, what this is going to yield. But the fitness instructors have to go online. The culinary people have to create content that is captivating and that engages their audience. The real estate people need to be going live in the open houses, showcasing the properties that they have. People need to still be putting out content because at the end of the day, this too shall pass. And when it does pass, who's going to be still standing? The people who paid attention to their accounting and their marketing will be the people that will still stand. And so I just want to say, while we're live on all of these things, YouTube, Facebook, and in the Zoom as well, I want to say that we'll be hosting a live stream next week. The people who have came on to this Zoom platform, you will have complimentary access to that next week. So you don't have to worry about any forms of payment. That webinar that we're going to do is going to feature other industry experts. So it won't just be me talking about marketing, because we also need to talk about our money. And I'm very intentional about staying in my lane with my area of expertise, but I'm connected to other people who are experts in their lane of expertise. And so I'll have industry experts as far as a lawyer that will help us with our trademarks. I want to talk about stocks. It's a lot of myths going on that we should not be buying now because everything is so low and volatile, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe we should be buying right now. I've heard both arguments, that we should be buying stock right now and that we shouldn't. But I'm going to bring the industry experts in the room on a virtual webinar to tell us what money moves we should be making at this time. I'm going to have an accountant there, and as I said before, a trademark attorney, because information is powerful, especially when you work with people who want to implement that information and bust a move. I'm trying to be with people who are going to bust a move. So Scott Stewart is in here. What will you do with the money the government sends you? Pool will be hosting online concerts. I am excited to hear about what Pool is doing. Erica Badu is hosting a quarantine concert. She's using social media. Debbie Allen did a dance class on Instagram this morning. She's using social media. So if you see, and if y'all didn't catch it, before quarantine times, The news was using Facebook. ABC and NBC been using Facebook. So if they're using live stream and social media, then that lets you know where this is really going. It's important that we pay attention to this, you guys. And if I didn't give you this tip already, because I think I might have let it slip, go to GoDaddy and secure some domains. I brought some Corona domains. I'm not intending on putting content out in them per se, but I know somebody might come trying to buy them Corona domains. So I brought a couple of them up. You know, you could just buy them with the intentions of reselling them, or you could buy them to put out content. Okay. So some people are saying buy stocks right now. The experts are coming on next week for that. I'm not going to Debbie in that because that's not my lane of expertise, but I am connected with some certified boss level people in other states that's coming in on this virtual live to tell us the real with regard to stocks and money analysis. But I do want to close out this virtual because we only have about 7 minutes, and these people have been diligent to get this information. We've been on here for over an hour, and I've been just throwing it at them, like showing them how to make an effective post, showing them how to abbreviate the link, showing them how to register a hashtag, you know, showing them all these different resources that are available with discounts from Archon Mounts to WDB to Taking It Easy. And so I've given them so much that I just really want to recap it for them and recap it for those of you all who missed it. So next week, Thursday, we'll have the panel discussion where we'll not only talk about marketing and media, but we'll also talk about some aspects relative to financial and wealth management, okay? And stock market investments as well. It's like your favorite brand is having a fire sale. Buy stocks. Buy stocks. That's what Scott says. Now, I know I keep saying we're going to close it up. Let me just say one more thing. One more thing. Wait, with the church finger. One more thing, y'all. One more thing. Wait. So, look, Scott has Pool, which is a music streaming app, right? Very innovative. Talk about some tech stuff right there. I got to get him and my tech guy together because they can make something go boom. Look, he also has an educational thing that he works. Drop the other business that you have, Scott, with regard to educational services for our youth, because the educators and the tutorers, they got it. They look, some of y'all on this webinar, y'all used to tutor, y'all used to teach, or y'all homeschooled y'all children. You know effective ways for parents to engage their children with homeschooling because you had a homeschooling stint with your child. I'm talking about myself. I might be talking about you too. So I'm not a teacher, but because I've had experience homeschooling, I maybe can tell parents what works. So you're going to see more content from my son because he's getting in on it too. Justice Jeremiah, that's his hashtag, Justice Jeremiah, because we went to law school together, you know, not together, but he went with me when I was enrolled. And so his nickname and his hashtag is Justice Jeremiah. So he's going to be posting more content from my page because I won't let him have his own page yet, but he'll be posting more content to say, hey, this is what I learned today. We researched Africa. Hey, this is what we're using in terms of apps that you might like ABC Mouse. We're going to do that e-learning tutorial to see which ones we like versus other ones and do basically a Genius Lab. That's the name of Scott's Genius Lab. And that's what I want to get with him about because it's a big season for e-learning. The universities are converting over to e-learning. Watch this, y'all. The University of Chicago right now has a digital marketing program. The digital marketing program is a non-certificate program that costs about $4,000 to $5,000, okay? $4,000 to $5,000 to teach you how to market online, okay? And you don't get a certificate or anything. You just get the information, $4,000 to $5,000, okay? They know what's happening. So this morning they sent me an email. Are you interested in taking this course again? No, ma'am. Would you like me to teach the course? Okay. Or maybe I should make a course like what y'all giving to people for $4,000 and charge half. Because I know Sally Mae. I know Sally Mae, and her and I are not going to be in this relationship forever. And I'm desperately trying to figure out how to cut her off and not give her any more of my attention because she is not the one for me. And so I want you guys to be very mindful of digging in your hat and seeing what you have that you can put to use right now. What do you have that's relevant and interesting to the people as they are in this position right now? Because what I can tell you from going through Katrina with New Orleans and being a graduate of the first post-Katrina graduating class of Dillon University, crisis management is profitable. You stand to make money after a crisis. because everything is white clear, everything needs redeveloped, everything needs reconfiguring, everybody needs to host an event because cabin fever has hit. It's a lot of opportunities. Who's in the cleaning industry? I don't know if that's you. You might not be on here, but I have a client in the cleaning industry. And when I tell you, we don't have to wait till after Corona for her boom to come. Her boom is right now. She got the contract for the school systems, and she's going in and cleaning the schools. And then after that, she's going to talk to the seniors because we working on, I can't give you all that, but look, go in your hat and pull out what you have and use what you have so that people can continue to know who you are, because people keep asking me, okay, if I go live, am I going to get some money because everything canceled? No, you may not get no money the first day you go live. But what you will get is increased visibility. What you will get is brand recognition and the ability for people to easily resonate with you as a brand owner, easily resonate with your products because you've been consistent in your messaging, because you've been real, relevant, and relatable. So they might not buy a house right now and Corona's kicked off and all this, but they might buy one this summer, and they might think about that woman who went and hit it hard with her digital marketing and her messaging when these Corona months was happening, because being consistent will get you a win. You need to be consistent in this time. It's not the time to tuck your tail and hide. Speaking of the cleaning lady, Mika's Cleaning just joined in on the Facebook Live. Shout out to Mika's Cleaning. I think you should produce a course on the functionality. Fundamentals. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read that like, what? Okay. I think you should produce a course on the fundamentals of marketing. I think so too, Magnus.
Yeah.
I think so too. I also think I need to go travel with y'all with them plays and catch some of that content because y'all doing y'all thing. Okay, Mika's Cleaning been listening. Mika's Cleaning, please drop your link in there because people need to know all about cleaning. She posted a very good post, very good content of what chemicals not to mix. What chemicals are hazardous for you to mix when you cleaning? How do you clean green so that you don't have all these chemicals in your home that's potentially hazardous for your pets and kids and stuff? So that's pertinent information, is relevant to what's going on right now. People want to know that things are clean. So if you in the real estate industry, won't you go live and show the proper cleaning practices in the kitchen using lemon juice and vinegar, something like that, creative? Because when people see you in your element, you sell homes, go live in a home. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I ain't trying to ruffle y'all. I'm just saying, if you sell homes, go live in a home. Show them something they need to know. They talking about cleaning right now. Show them some cleaning stuff. Okay. So finally, Magnus saying people should stop looking to get paid off the bat and understand that they have to provide tons of value for free in the beginning. They have to provide tons of value in a strategic way that's going to align them with their audience and establish them as a brand authority, as an expert in their industry. That's what I should say. Okay. Okay, Tamika says she couldn't do the Zoom, so she's here with us on live. So let's go ahead and wrap this up for my people because we only got 1 minute before the 3:30 mark, and we're supposed to be out of here by 3:30. Okay, and so I shared with you guys a few tools. What's the hashtag registration? I got you on that. I'm not going to say that on all of these lives, but I will put it in this chat. Okay, so that's how you register on the hashtags. Okay. So the shortened links, communitypartnerdevelopment.org. I'm not sure what communitypartnersdevelopment.org does. I am interested in learning more about community partners development. Yeah. So let's see. We went over shortened links. Not posting long URLs. Do custom links. Do short, concise, catchy, custom links. Okay, I put that in there. We also talked about, we did a YouTube live review, and we talked about building a content library, developing your brand story. We talked about that. Being real, relatable, and relevant. Excuse me if I have typos. I am typing super fast to put this in the chat so that we can quickly recap and get off of here. We also touched on Periscope. Yes, please inbox me. I look forward to learning more about your organization. We touched on Periscope and going live on Periscope so that you can create content to that audience as well. Who are you? Your brand story is who are you? Why are you a resource in your industry? We talked about the elements of an effective post, including a call to action. Okay. And we talked about using stock photos when you don't. they say on the Facebook Live, this is great information. If you think this was great information, the people on this webinar, they've been on here for over an hour. They got the real good information. Okay. But next week I'll have some industry experts. So you won't just have to listen to me talk the whole time. You'll listen to other people who are experts in their specific industry. And so I'm looking forward to that. Details will come about for that next week. If you have been on here and you feel like I've just threw all this stuff at you and you're quite overwhelmed, that may be the case. If you are quite overwhelmed by this information and you still need some support, some help, some direction, and you like, how do I work this out specifically for me? We can do a one-on-one consultation. I am, in lieu of coronavirus, I am discounting my one-on-one consultations. So right now, the one-on-one consultations are $197, and we're on the phone for 60 to 90 minutes total. That consultation is usually priced out at $297, and we're bringing it down to $197. Okay. Because I know it's hard, and I know marketing is hard to invest in when things are uncertain and you don't know where your next invoice is going to come from. So I want to make it affordable for you guys. I think I created an extra watch party. I was all over the place. She created a watch party. She shared it out with Twitter. She shared it out with Facebook Live. Somebody then donated to my Cash App because they liked the message off the YouTube Live. So you guys, you can get it cracking with social media. If you haven't learned anything else, let me just shorten it up and close it out by saying you can get your brand cracking with social media. Now, I'm going to shut down this Facebook Live, and I'm going to shut down this YouTube, and then I'm going to say goodbye to my very dedicated business owners and offer them their last exclusive offering of this webinar because I value the fact that they saw fit to spend some time with me. When people trust their brand to me and they trust my ideas and my creativity, I don't take that for lightly. So I always give them a whole bunch of goodies, right? So I'm going to get off of these two devices, but what I want to share with you all, I'm just looking everywhere because it's just this stuff everywhere, y'all. Okay. Then y'all going to take this BTS picture because it's just stuff everywhere. Okay. We live everywhere. What I want to share with you all is I'm going to go live when we come off of here. I'm going to go live on Facebook in my kitchen, and we're going to pop off the content cook. That's a big deal for me, y'all, because we were playing with the content cook, getting the production series, getting the segments, figuring out where it goes, what, and sometimes you overanalyze stuff, and you need to just jump out there and do it. So with everybody being at home, boredom is setting in. People like to eat. People like to talk about food. We're gonna go live after this. We're going to pop right back on and do the content cook, and we're going to show you how you can make relevant content on your everyday life, y'all, because I'm not a culinary artist, but I do know how to throw down in the kitchen. But, I'm not a culinary artist. I'm a content creator. I'm a brand strategist. I'm a marketing enthusiast, but I'm going to use the cooking to tell the people what they need to know, okay? And I'm looking forward to Sonia from Put a Fork in It coming and joining us on one of the segments. Essie Marie's coming joining us. Some of you guys who are not necessarily culinary experts can join us and talk to us about your business while we cook a delicious dish. And so I'm logging out on this live stream. Hey, Sharice from Pleasant Credit. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon again and having you involved. I'm just excited about the opportunities because I'm remaining positive. I'm remaining optimistic. I'm working with some amazing people. How can I not? Hey, a lot of good stuff. God is still good. Amen. Okay. I'll be back, and I'll be going live in the kitchen for content cook. We're gonna make some vegetable soup. Okay. That's something we could put up for the next few days. So I'm gonna go live with the content cook. We're gonna be making some vegetable soup, and I'm gonna give you some quick tips because I'm always coming with the tips, especially now with this crisis going on. I see you guys back in the broadcast very, very soon. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing it out. I appreciate you so much for rocking with me. Okay, so we are down. End stream. Okay, end. Yes, end. I'm done with you. Okay.